Callum Wilson. I am speechless right now, but I'll try and find the words. I cannot believe what I'm hearing, that West Ham are looking to sign Callum Wilson. I swear to God, when I read the report, I lost all sense of time. I thought it was April 1st. I really did. There's no way any serious club in 2025 is trying to sign Callum Wilson. This is Sullivan all over. And that's what the report's saying. Potter is not interested in Callum Wilson, but Sullivan is trying to convince him. This explains everything about that report yesterday saying that a striker is not a priority for Graham Potter. Of course a striker is not a priority for Graham Potter when you're giving him Callum Wilson. Why is he going to sit there and want Callum Wilson? I'd rather just go with what we've got than get Callum Wilson. And I think that's exactly where Potter's coming from. This really sheds a lot of light on that story yesterday about Potter not wanting a striker. He's got some sense. I would rather have Antonio than Callum Wilson. This might as well just keep him. Because Callum Wilson in 2025 is 33-year-old injury-prone striker. It absolutely baffles me what a shambles of a football club we are. Mark Noble famously once said we're not run like a circus anymore. He was right. Circuses are run better than this club. But let's look at the Kyle Walker-Peters. I wasn't happy that he was a Sullivan signing. That it was Sullivan that had to convince Potter to take Kyle Walker-Peters. But overall, I thought it was good business. As a backup, player that we was quoted 25 million for last season, can play left back and right back. I was fine with that, although unhappy that Sullivan was interfering. But I'll give you that. Why is he already interfering again? Did he see the positivity around the Kyle Walker-Peters signing for most of the fan base and go, oh yeah, like, I'm the man for this job now. I'm the director of football. They love me. No, we despise you, Sullivan. For anyone slightly convinced whether this is a good signing, let's look at his injury record in the last 5 years. From 2020 to 2021, hamstring strain. Same season, hamstring injury. Same season, just a month later, hamstring injury, same season. Then we go to the following season, calf injury. Then the following season, hamstring injury, coronavirus, I'll give you that one. 23-24 season, hamstring injury, calf injury, chest injury, ill. 2024-2025 last season, back injury, missing 130 days. And oh look, hamstring injury. Is there anyone out there that thinks that's a good signing? That's exactly what we need. He was a backup at Newcastle. It's not like he was playing so much football. I bet most of these were in training. So this idea of, oh, do you know what? He'll be on the bench. He'll be second, third choice. And no, that is a complete waste of time and wages. We're supposed to be moving away from this sort of signing. I'd rather have Danny Ings, because at least he's available. At least he's fit. What is the point? We all know this guy is going to get injured 2 games into the season. There is nothing and no one that can convince me that this would be a sensible signing. That this is the sort of signing we need to do in 2025. All hope and any shred of positivity about the season ahead is evaporating. So all those people that say I'm negative, well, you know, you're going to be right this time, because I can't see the positivity. Find me the positivity of this signing. I can't do it. Where are we going as a club? Into the Championship. That's what we're looking at. If Graham Potter does anything with this club outside of a relegation battle, build him a statue, because it would be a miracle. It would be an absolute miracle with the conditions that he's working under. How many football clubs out there have their director of football as an 80-year-old former porn baron? How many clubs? One, West Ham United. We are honestly beyond a joke of a football club. If Potter was pushing for it, I still wouldn't be behind it, but that's the manager. He's paid millions of pounds. That's your job. Him and Carl McCauley do whatever. But it's David Sullivan who's massively unqualified. Why does he think he's qualified to fucking go out there and be our director of football? Just as I was starting to feel a little bit like I wasn't feeling excited, but I was starting to think maybe we might be a surprise package this season. Maybe us and opposition fans are massively underestimating, and we're going to surprise teams. I'm not saying we would achieve amazing things, but maybe like top 10 or be in a little race for Conference League or something like that. We might be better than a lot of people think. I was just starting to come around, and then I see this. Now, let's see if it actually happens. It seems fairly close. Oh, and here's the kicker on this one. Guess who Callum Wilson's agent is? You guessed it, Will Salthouse. Of course, Will Salthouse, David Sullivan's favourite agent. He doesn't sign players because he thinks they'll be good for West Ham. He thinks it will be good for Will Salthouse. He wants to do deals for his mates. Why is this guy still having such a massive influence on the signings at West Ham? He has so many shit clients that we just decide to sign because it's Will Salthouse. I despise Will Salthouse. I would love to get him on this channel and really tell him what I think of him. I really would. I cannot stand the guy. He might be a nice guy, but he's having a negative influence on my football club. And really, I can't blame him too much. Because who's the idiot that keeps signing his players? He's not going to say no, is he? There's Douglas Luiz and all these other players that was reported about that I can't even bring myself to speak about. We're going to do another video on it later. But right now, I cannot see past Callum Wilson. He's a decent striker. He just never fit, and he's 33 years old. And we have fucking Fulkrug, who's like the same age, who we also have serious doubts and question marks over his fitness. So what are we thinking here? What's the upside? He's free. He's available on a free transfer. There you go, Salthouse. There's your agent's fee. And bring us Callum Wilson to do absolutely nothing. If we sign Callum Wilson, mate, I'm checked out. I can't get into this. I can't get behind this. I just honestly, all I can hope is that Graham Potter turns out to be a miracle worker. If he can somehow just keep us in the Premier League, wow, that's a good job. Give him another season. Like, how do we expect to play any decent football with these type of players? What was we screaming for last season in this team? Pace, younger players. This is the antithesis of that. But I swear to you, I would rather just keep Antonio. And they might still do that. We could have, as our three strikers, like 35-year-old Mikel Antonio, 33-year-old Callum Wilson, and 32-year-old Nicholas Fulkrug, who all have serious doubts over whether they can stay fit for any period of time. Antonio, before the crash, done pretty well with injuries. He lost a lot of pace, but he kept his injuries down. He's been in a car crash where he broke both his legs and hasn't played any competitive football ever since. Like 7 months ago. That could be our three strikers. I would much rather go into the season with just Fulkrug and Callum Marshall. We will never ever achieve our full potential while David Sullivan owns this football club. We are a sleeping giant. We've got a big fan base. We are a big club. I don't care what people say. We should be better than Callum Wilson in 2025. We should be trying to aspire to do better. I would rather go to the flipping Hungarian league and try and find a gem there up front who's actually got some pace and slightly decent finishing and see if we can turn that into someone. Trying to find someone before they become big. Taking a chance on someone from a lesser division in Europe. Why aren't we doing that over signing Callum Wilson? You sign someone for a couple million in a foreign league. They don't work out. Oh well. I'd rather do that than pay Callum Wilson however many years worth of wages. I don't know what sort of contract they're offering him. He hasn't been reported. Sullivan has to go, mate. He has to go. How much longer are we going to suffer this guy? How much longer do we have to put up with this bullshit? I hate him. I hate him so much. I really do. Oh, so listen, we'll keep you updated. Let's hope it don't happen. We'll be back to talk about Douglas Luiz and some of the other players we've been linked to later on.